We are live. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about uh, kids and cruising. Yep, kids and cruising. So, let's speed up the microphone, find a way to make it work better. Okay, so I have been asked a number of times about, you know, with us going out cruising, what do we do about the kids? Which is, I mean, I totally understand from my point of view. It feels a little silly just because obviously I know what I do, but Okay, so as far as the kids are concerned, in general, people homeschool. And they're homeschooling. There's such a wide variety of homeschooling, all the way from boxed curriculums, where you get everything that you need for a year in a box, and it's shipped to you. We actually did that for a little while with Calvert School when Kaylee and Lily were much younger. I believe we did like kindergarten for Kaylee that way, but we ended up changing up what we were doing and instead leaning over to what's called, the other complete other side of the spectrum, into what's called unschooling. Unschooling is child-led learning. So basically, instead of us having any set curriculum, any set a list of requirements for them to do, instead what we do with unschooling is we are based on what it is that they're interested in, and then we take it from there and teach from there. So as an example, Kaylee was really into when we went to the Ren Fair. So we ended up doing even more study into Tudor history and Elizabethan history. And by like 6 years old, she could have told you every single one of the wives of Henry VIII, and about that time period and whatnot, because we were just interested in it. And because it was something she was interested in, because of something based in her life, and we just continued pursuing it until she wasn't interested anymore. That also includes things like right now with us traveling, things like our geography we're going to be able to really focus on. But even when it comes down to things like math, when we go to the grocery store, there's math every day. When you just go about your day-to-day lives, most of these things, that most of them show up, in all honesty, even though you might not recognize them. Algebra shows up on a regular basis. It's just that you're so used to doing that math that you don't even think about it anymore. And that's what we're working with the girls on, is being able to teach them that. In addition, with unschooling, my focus isn't teaching any particular subject. My focus really is teaching them how to teach themselves, how to learn things. Because with Kaylee out of the house, as an example now, who knows what it is that she's going to want to learn to do to be able to, move on to the next step of her life. But my hope is that with all of the unschooling that we've done, and, between books and websites and YouTube, and other people, that in all honesty, the hope is that she has learned enough of how to learn, that if there's any gaps that I'm missing that she didn't learn as well, like she's still a little bit so with her spelling, love you Kaylee, but keep working on that. But with she knows how to learn those things, how to look them up, how to gain the information that she's going to be needing for the rest of her life. So I just want to take a second now and say hello to the two people that are in the room right now listening to me babble on. I'd love if you decided that you wanted to give any kind of shout out, let me know where you are, who you are, anything like that, that would be awesome. You can just do that in the live chat below. And if you're commenting on this or seeing this after the live broadcast, then make sure that you leave a comment down below, because I'd love to know who's ending up seeing and watching this, and if any of this is useful for you. Are you traveling with kids? If so, what kind of ages, and what do you have planned? Or are you just looking into seeing what your options are? Another thing that I get asked very frequently is about the kids socializing, and how do the kids socialize? Well, my first answer to that, in all honesty, is they socialize very well. Buenos dias. Lily is a little bit more socially anxious, but so am I, so I can't really say anything. But this trip has actually, not this trip, her summer trip, she got back from her summer, and honestly, it's so much better than, her anxiety is so much lower now. I'm so pleased. But yeah, so, and Lily, or Anna. I'm doing it on video now. They're going to be so mad at me. Anna socializes with anyone that will sit still for long enough or move slowly enough that she's able to actually catch up with them. So socializing is not a problem. The only issue that we've really got with socializing is simply that the kids actually have, especially when they're little, enjoyed socializing so much that it's sometimes hard to keep track of them. Because, okay, confession time. The other day, I can't remember what it was that I was doing. I was doing something up here online, and Alan brought up Anna and was over at the beach with Anna, which you can see the beach behind me. Okay, one of the beaches here. And she, Alan was watching her, and he looked down at his phone and, spent a minute, I don't know, checking Facebook or something. And when he looked up, guess who was nowhere to be found? So we ended up searching the whole area, and we're calling her and the whole shenanigans. And I'm just trying to stay calm because my 3-year-old is wandering somewhere, which I know I should stay much calmer for, because in all honesty, we've been at this place long enough that though the guests aren't going to really know us, pretty much the entire staff knows us and specifically knows her. But, I am nonetheless a mama, and I was running around frantic trying to find her, and Alan's running around frantic. And, it turns out that she had met some people and walked a little ways away. There's a gazebo out by the water. Instead of right behind me, it's down, down this way a little bit. And she had walked over there. There were a group of children, and she'd walked away from those. So those are actually our socializing problems. It's actually not so much them not being able to, so much as, especially when they get used to it, and with kids, they don't get to play with kids very often. They're used to socializing with people of all ages. That when they do get kids, they go kind of a little crazy, and it's extra fun because they will happily sit down and talk to grown-ups forever. But when you add the kids aspect in too, So yes, as far as the kids in school, we do homeschool, and we specifically unschool, as do I know, several of the other unschoolers out there. I believe when Taliesin did their recent vlogs that they did, interview with sailing vessel Delos, they were talking about how they unschool as well. So it's nice to know we're in good company. Who knows, maybe we'll get to meet them along the way somewhere. That'd be lovely. But yeah, so we unschool. And as far as socialization, the kids socialize very well, thank you very much, and with a much wider age range than I've noticed in general, other children socializing with. Other children, from my experience, socialize with other children in a similar age group to themselves. Whereas, from what I've noticed about sailing kids, cruising kids, is they will also socialize with adults. And also, the kids will socialize with each other amongst this wide array of ages that's kind of unbelievable. For instance, Anna, being 3 years old, we've had some other kids here at the marina that were 6, 8, 10, and they still will come over and they'll play with her and they'll interact and spend time with her, and it's just been really, really neat getting to see these bigger kids playing with my itty bitty one, and they go out and they have so much fun. So yeah, cruising kids, it's definitely something to check out. So if you have any additional questions about cruising with kids, why don't you go ahead and ask below. And as I'm not really getting any feedback from the few people that are, we've now got 3 people in the chat room. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll get it to having a lot more. And heck, if I announce one of these craziness, people might be able to plan ahead instead of winging it. I know. But I just came up here and it's like, I need to do a video. I know what I want to do it about, but I figured I'd go ahead and I'd do it live instead of otherwise, recording it and then putting it up. And this way, if there was anybody out there, there's at least a chance that, somebody could get a question to me while I'm doing this. But, unless I've got more than just me here, maybe, more than 10 to 15 minutes is a bit much. But, yeah, so, cruising with kids. Questions down below. Also, if you're cruising with kids, I'd love to hear your feedback on what you do about school and socialization. And until next time, make sure that you subscribe, like the comment, or like the video if this has helped you at all, and then leave a comment down below with your questions, your concerns, or telling us what you liked most about the video. All right, I will see you guys later, and yeah, have a great day.